Let's take coast guards, for example. At one point in time, there were 5 or 6 different coast guard agencies, and they were basically fighting with each other for resources. They were competing to be seen as the most forward-leaning in defense of China's sovereignty, and basically engaging with clashes with other countries' trawlers and coast guards and navies in order to prove to the leaders that they were the ones that you should give extra budgets to. And if you look at, say, counter-narcotics, I think there's over 20 different agencies have some responsibility for counter.
These examples sound, I don't want to say trivial, because they're obviously serious matters, but they are not agencies with a sort of executive decision-making power.
Alex is saying, like, it's not the KGB, it's the Coast Guard. Is that...
Yeah, right.
Well, let's take the counter-narcotics. The Ministry of Public Security would tend to be the one that tries to coordinate action. There's a lot of opium, heroin, methamphetamine coming across the borders since the reopening of China and the building of cross-border infrastructure that has opened up China, and it's led to the massive HIV epidemic in southwest China, major problems of criminality and so on. Now, ostensibly, they're the ones that would have a mandate to tackle narcotics issues. But actually, the way that the issue has been dealt with, like opium, for example, is through opium substitution projects, which are overseen by the Ministry of Commerce, because that's seen as an overseas investment. And basically, it's subsidizing state-linked agribusiness firms to go in and replace opium plantations with, let's say, banana plantations. Now, in fact, that isn't what happens in practice. They just grab land and you're just exploiting the system to make money. Basically, that's what actually happens. Neighbouring countries complain, this is supposed to be opium substitution, actually it's just land grabbing and profiteering. And they go to the counter-narcotics agency in Beijing and they say, sorry, nothing to do with us. And because of this decentralization, sometimes it's very unclear, even to the Chinese themselves, where power lies.